to get out of the sun, bro. I had to get out of the sun, man. I was turning into a lobster. I'm all red. So now I'm back in New York City. It's 40 degrees, it's raining, and Twitter is burning down to the ground on the first day of 2022. This is what I gotta come back to. Listen, guys, it's not time for fun and games, man. You guys want the truth? That's why I'm here. You guys want an honest point of view? That's why I got Jesse in the venue waiting for me right now. We're going to go over this Big Swole, Tony Khan situation from the very beginning up until Tony Khan wanted to open his mouth on social media last night instead of indulging in a couple of fine cold beverages. Just like everybody else should have been doing last night instead of acting like a fucking geek on social media with no lives. It's going to be a very, very in-depth discussion today, ladies and gentlemen. And I know you guys are going to be at the venue with me. I'm heading right there. But before I do, I got one question for you guys on this early Saturday afternoon. What are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
AEW successful? Why is Tony Khan running his promotion better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are running Monday night and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Off the Script. Did not really plan on being here as of yesterday afternoon on a Saturday, New Year's Day. It is January 1, 2022. I am your host, JD from New York, and I'm joined by my very, very good friends and somebody that I'm glad to have here during this topic of discussion today. Jesse, what is going on, my brother?
Not much, man. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year.
You too, man. You too. I hear you trying to take me down over here, man. What's going on? I go away for 4 days and you're trying to take me fucking down already. What's going on?
What are you talking about? Oh, no.
What are you reviewing Dynamite without me, bro? What's wrong with you?
What? No, that's fake news, man. This fake news. Did you hear about TK and Big Swole? Let's talk about that.
Yes. Oh, boy. Yes. We'll have all fun and games on Wednesday when we talk about Dynamite. But
who would the man take you down, bro? Would I try to turn the family against you, man? Would I?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Don't believe everything you see in here, man.
I know. I'm just joking around. Listen, we got a topic here that we're going to go over, ladies and gentlemen. I really was mulling, going back and forth over this discussion. I actually woke up and the first person I texted was Jesse about what do we got to do with this situation. Him and I had a 20-minute conversation on the phone talking about should we not, and we have come to the conclusion that it is probably best that we have a very, very educated and civil discussion about what had transpired last night, New Year's Eve, on social media. Jesse, Tony Khan went on social media last night instead of indulging in celebrating all the success of AEW. Apparently, he took what Big Swole said on her podcast, which as of maybe an hour ago, I didn't even know she had. She has a podcast of her own, and she spoke about diversity in AEW and gave some fair criticisms of her time in AEW, and Tony Khan got defensive on social media last night. And the gist of it is he blasted her for not being an adequate in-ring performer. And I am here with you today, Jesse, to go over what she said, and we're going to go over exactly that there is vast diversity in AEW. And I think if anybody is out there thinking that there is no diversity in AEW, Jesse, I don't think that they're clearly watching the show with open eyes. I think there is vast diversity in AEW all over the place. I have notes that I took. I'm very well prepared for this. So I'm going to leave the floor. I'm going to actually, you know what, Jesse? I'm going to read just to get everybody involved because I don't know what you guys were doing last night. You know, some of you might have been off social media. I'm gonna go over briefly what Big Swole said here about her time in AEW. Now, this is coming directly from Fightful. They were the one that transcribed this. I got it from them. So shout out to Sap and his team over there. Big Swole, if you guys don't know, says there's not enough diversity in AEW. Tony Khan says Swole was let go because her wrestling was not good enough. So she opened up on her podcast. Like I said before, I didn't even know she had one. Calling Show podcast about her departure from AEW. Swole's contract expired a few weeks ago, but she says
Stop this.
What is there? Is there a bomb in the chat?
We got a bomb, bro.
We got a bomb in the chat. We got a bomb from Chilled Sigma Vibes with a $100 super chat right here on Off the Script. And they simply say, just showing love. Just showing love back to you, Chill. Thank you very much for the big bomb already to start the new year, man. We appreciate you very much here in the venue on Off the Script. Call and Show podcast. Big Swole talked about her contract expiring a few weeks ago and says that there is a lack of diversity in the company that led to her departure. Now, Jesse, before I go over this, do you remember what Big Swole had announced back in December of 2021, which was a mere 30 days ago, right at the beginning of the month? Swole gave a statement on social media, and she says this, and I quote, "I thank God for my loving family because they got me through some of the roughest months of my life. But I realized that the real test is application. So I took my leap, and after speaking with TK, Tony Khan, and AEW higher-ups, higher officials, we've decided not to renew my contract with All Elite Wrestling. This was a hard decision, but a needed one. I am grateful for their understanding, and this is the key word here, Jesse, that we could mutually come to this agreement. I've enjoyed my time with AEW and wish them all the best. I appreciate their love and welcoming me into the family. Today is my last day, as bittersweet as it is. I am proud to say that I've lived my dreams while making a difference. That is Swole mentality, end quote. Now, Jesse, going back to what she said there back in the beginning of the month, because we talked about it on the podcast when we reviewed Dynamite. Well, what did you take from that from Big Swole?
Took from it?
Yeah.
That it was a mutual parting of the ways, that they just came together and mutually agreed that it wasn't working out, and she was going to go off, do her own thing, and there was nothing, absolutely nothing, stopping her from going out and doing what many people have done in the past, going out and improving or proving their value, and then coming back to the company bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, that's what I took away from that too. Exactly. Go out there. You know, you loved your time there. You appreciated everybody there. There was a mutual agreement not to work together in this current time right now. You go out there, you make a name for yourself, and it seemed to me that the door was going to be wide open for a Big Swole to come back when she got her feet wet on the indies, maybe worked a little bit on what she needed to work on and got better and, you know, provided AEW with something a little bit more than what she could give them right now. That's what I took away from that.
That's what I took from it as well.
So Big Swole said that back in December, and then we fast forward to last night when all of this completely burned Twitter down to the ground. Swole said this, and I quote, "I explained to TK that I didn't want to resign because my peace was being disrupted." Now, nowhere in that original statement, Jesse, did she say anything about her peace being disrupted. But that's the way, that's what she was quoted saying on her podcast. So she says, if anybody knows me and knows anything, if anything is disrupting your peace, it's time to let it go. It might be scared or it might be hard, but it's time to let it go. When Kenny said that it was the circle coming to an end, because Kenny and I would bump heads sometimes throughout my time in AEW, to end it on that note felt good. It felt wonderful to end it at a place where we didn't see eye to eye, but we were there. So I'm going to stop there. We're going to go over this piece by piece. Jesse, she's talking about her peace being disrupted, but she said nothing about that in her exit statement with AEW. Now, all of a sudden, her peace is being disrupted. Now, to be fair, we don't know what that is, or we don't know the struggle that she went through backstage to maybe get more of an opportunity on TV, a bigger role in the women's division. But, you know, it's definitely a 180 from what she originally stated in her exit statement, leaving AEW.
Yeah. It seems her feelings about the company took a drastic turn somewhere.
Yeah. So Swole also talked about what she said to management during her exit interview, and she expressed that women deserve more. Now, before I go into what she said about the women, you know, Jesse, you and I have talked about this several times before. The women's division right now in AEW is vastly different than what we remembered in year one and in year two, and it's absolutely going to be a game changer. We both know that. It's going to be a game changer in 2022. We don't really know who is coming in, who's not coming in, but by the looks of it, Tony Khan has his pick of the litter, and he could easily make the AEW women's division the best women's division in all of North America. But as far as women's wrestling is concerned, and this dives deeper into just more than women's wrestling, the women I don't really feel, to me, that someone should be on TV if they're not ready for TV. Now, some of these women, and AEW, to be fair, didn't really, they didn't have any choice. They had to put people on TV that weren't ready or weren't seasoned at the time they were given an opportunity. But the more we see Tony Khan building this division, I think it's something that should really, as far as a talking point, cease to exist, because this year alone, if you just wait and be patient, women are going to get more of an opportunity, or just as much of an opportunity as the men are in AEW, but people don't want to be patient. Like, if you deserve to be on TV and you are ready for TV, then you will be given that opportunity. If you're not ready, then you got to go back and work harder and deserve that opportunity. That's what I've always stated on this show, and I've got blasted for it for no reason. If your talents are applied and you're ready for that role, then you should be given that role. If you're not, go back to dark and work your way up.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I don't know. I just needed some time with the floor for this one, because this is, like we discussed, this is a tricky subject. It really is. I know we discussed it on the phone earlier. I'm kind of, not sure how to approach this, man, because no one is wrong here. And that's what I need to get across first and foremost. So anybody who starts listening to me talk as I go on from here, or clip anything, start with that sentence. No one is really wrong here. And anyone that is wrong, if anyone's wrong, then everyone's wrong in it. And I'll explain. How did this start? It started from Big Swole's comments. If the comments weren't made, we wouldn't be here. It carried on from Tony Khan's response. His response could have been a little bit more professional. And if he had not responded at all, or responded in a more professional way, then we wouldn't be here. At the same time, I don't want to deter someone like Big Swole from pointing out things that she felt were done to her. If she felt these things were, if she felt she was wrong by certain things, I'm not saying she shouldn't have said anything, then feel free to say something. But just have some legitimacy behind it, and have some facts or truth behind it to back it up. And here's where I'm going with this. If her point is, she's kind of ambiguous about her point. Is her point of all this is inclusive? Does she feel like that she was wronged as a woman, or that she was wronged as a black person, or that she was wronged as being a black woman? She didn't make that clear. She just said there's no diversity, and a sentence like that is false.
Yes, it's her right to feel that way as well. If she feels a certain way, then she has every right to feel what she feels.
Yeah. If she feels that she was wronged for being a black woman, then come out and say that, and let's go from there. But I'm just going to take her statement as what she said and break it down just like that. There's a lack of diversity in AEW. It's fucking false.
Well, let me get to what she said before you make your point. I don't want to skip too far ahead. She said about the women's division, and then she gets into the lack of diversity and the lack of structure in AEW, and that's something that I could absolutely agree with. I think there is a lack of structure, but she says this, and I quote, "My heart just stopped being in it as the reason why I left AEW. Now, I feel like there were a lot of things, and I told them in my exit interview that there were a lot of things that need to change. I know fans of the company don't take criticism well sometimes." She's absolutely correct there. Certain ones know this. This is somebody from the inside. The structure is a little off. It's fine to be loose, but I like to have a little bit more structure. I felt like the women shouldn't have gone through everything they went through just to get on TV or get time. You're signed to this big company. You should get time. All these men are getting time, but the women weren't getting anything, and you're not putting people on TV because more people are coming in. Okay, there are more people coming in, but you don't have enough product for all of these people. Now you have all these people sitting around having 2 or 3 minute matches on Dark. That doesn't keep me happy. Shoveling more money doesn't keep a person happy. We've seen time and time again, especially in a place where there's not enough space. There are no writers in a sense. Not everyone is comfortable writing their own things. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's exactly what that environment is. If you are shy and don't know how to write or are not creative, it's not going to work unless they want it to work for you. That's one of their biggest issues. Then she said, as far as a lack of structure is their biggest issue, which is diversity. I do not beat around the bush when it comes to diversity and my people. There is no representation, truly, and when there is, it does not come across in the black community as genuine at all. I don't know why everybody is so afraid to accept it or say it, but it's not a good look. What happens is you have this wonderful company that treats people like family, but there is nobody that looks like me that is represented at the top and in the room with them. They are not helping to necessarily influence decisions, but to explain why certain slang and certain words shouldn't be said. There is no one else who can explain our culture and our experience except for us. End quote. That's a lot to unpack there, man. Her heart stopped being in it as far as the reason why she left AEW. Whatever reason that may be, that's on her. But it feels like she wasn't fulfilled enough creatively. Now, AEW's always been an outlet for giving people creative freedom. And as far as the structure is concerned, Jesse, I absolutely think that's a problem in AEW because the way I see it is not everybody can be an MJF. Not everybody can be somebody that writes and is on top of everything. But it also comes back to that specific person. Like, you need to know who you are. You need to know what you are, and you need to know the direction of where you want to go. AEW has given people so many resources, and there are so many people backstage that willingly come out publicly and state how they're looking to help this and enhance that and help this one, help that one. The Nightmare Factory is churning out people left and right. Dustin's always on social media. There's always pictures about, the Nightmare Factory and what QT and Cody and Dustin are doing. Thunder Rosa is actively training the future of women's professional wrestling with Mission Pro Wrestling. There are so many people backstage, Jesse. Why did Big Swole fail to utilize all these resources? I mean, it eventually comes back to her, does it not?
It does. Because she was featured. She did get on TV. She got promo segments. They put her. She had her own Big Swole segments and everything else. Look. At the end of the day, I have one. I mean, look again. I reiterate, I see both sides of this. But I have one question for those who are completely on only the Big Swole train here. And my question is, did she get herself over? And that's the one question that I want all of those people to honestly ask themselves. Was she over? Was she someone that the fans were clamoring to and trying to see more of, but then Tony Khan was just like, no, I'm not putting you on TV anymore. We're going to halt your push. The answer is no. She did not get over, okay? Now, not only did she not get over, that didn't stop Tony Khan from trying and giving her some of the tools needed and everything else. She wants to say that not everybody's comfortable writing their own promos. Well, the other side of the fence is people are complaining when someone writes your own promos. So is she now complaining that she needs someone to write her promos for her? Is that where she's going with it? I'm not too sure. But it seems like she's in the kind of company where the talent is, they are supposed to write their own promos. Now, if she's incapable of this and she needs help doing that, did she reach out? Did she reach out for help? I mean, from what I can understand, there are plenty of experienced veterans on that roster who are more than willing to help anyone who wants to improve any aspect of their shtick. And this is the part I don't know. Did she reach out for said help? Was she trying to improve or change her gimmick or things like that? Anybody in part of this OTS family knows that the core of it, I was behind Big Swole.
Yeah.
I was putting Big Swole over. And the more that I saw Big Swole, I followed her. I watched her on TV. I watched her on Dark. I watched her wherever she was. And it just wasn't interesting, man. It was not interesting. Can she wrestle? Yeah, I think she's a decent wrestler. I think she's a halfway decent wrestler. I'm not even going to get into the debate on how good or bad she was, but I'll say this. There are women currently signed on in the company who are on TV who are not as good as Big Swole. And the one name I will point out in this is Brandy Rhodes. Now, I know she's an executive, but she has a performer's contract. She can be an executive and not be out there on TV to make way for the others who are better wrestlers. But that's not what they're doing. But there's a black female right there.
Yeah.
And while we're on that subject, who was the one, and since we just talked about it, that everyone writes their own promos, who was the one that came out and called herself a black bitch on national television?
Brandy Rhodes.
That did not seem like a comment that was something that should be made to help uplift the black women of AEW. All right. Now, she's at liberty to make it, I guess, if she wants to, sure. But when you have Big Swole coming out and saying that, hey, black women are being overlooked, then why do you have the top of top black women in the whole company coming out and saying stuff like that? That's not going to help anybody.
No, and many people took issue with what Brandy said on social media. I mean, they took issue with Dan Lambert making sexual jokes and throwing around stripper innuendos to Brandy Rhodes as well. But I mean, that just goes to him being an old school heel, which I guess doesn't fit into the current mold of professional wrestling nowadays. But I get what you're saying. It's not very uplifting at all.
That segment was pre-approved by Brandy Rhodes.
Yes.
If you think Dan Lambert went out there and called the chief brand officer a stripper without running it by her or her husband or the owner of the company, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So that was all her doing as well. But now, fast forward onto this Big Swole situation, and now we're talking about black women not being used right and everything else. At the end of the day, bro, I mean, and you are my God to honest witness to this. When I got the story about how upset she was and what she said before, and I swear on everything I love, before I even saw what Tony Khan's reply was, my text back to you was, honest to God, well, she's not that good, man. She's not that fucking good. And I'm someone who watched her and wanted her to be good.
Bro, listen. I know you and I are on the same wavelength on this. And I know you watch and pay attention to everything that AEW does. You've constantly in the past, and you opened my eyes up to her too, and I'm going to use her as an example. You were so incredibly high on Red Velvet. Red Velvet, bro. She lived on Dark with Big Swole. Why did Red Velvet make it into the TBS title tournament? Why did Red Velvet get placed in a major program with Jade Cargill in Jade Cargill's first match with Shaquille O'Neal while she teamed with Cody Rhodes? Why is Red Velvet still featured on AEW television? Why did Red Velvet main event the first ever Rampage with Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship? Why did she do all that, bro? Because she worked her way through the ranks and she worked to get better. She worked on herself. She knew who she was. She was in tune with her character. She knew where she wanted to go with that character. Can we say the same thing about Big Swole? No. And Red Velvet is the perfect example.
I think people like Red Velvet and Jade Cargill are gonna make this argument for Big Swole very hard to make.
Yes.
Very hard to make because, as we all know, Jade Cargill is just not very good in the ring yet.
No. And we've been very adamant about that too. That doesn't mean we're not fans.
Yeah. And with that being said, that has not stopped AEW from pushing her as much as they possibly can. They are giving her every opportunity in the world. They see in her what we see in her. I see big things in her when she can develop. She just needs look. Not everyone's gonna develop overnight, man. I mean, and Jade Cargill just needs time to develop because she has the look, she has the attitude, and when she develops in the ring, she's gonna be a megastar for the women's division. It's just not there right now, but they haven't given up on it.
No.
And I feel that they've given Big Swole more opportunity than they've even given Jade Cargill. Now, let me explain that for everyone who wants to start. I mean, Jade Cargill's undefeated and everything else, and I get that. But for her stature, for her size, and what she brings to the table, she needs to be made to look dominant. Mm-hmm. And so putting her out there and having her take L's is not helping her get over at all.
No.
All right, it's not. So they're pushing Jade Cargill the perfect way. What I'm afraid of is now this incident is going to change the outcome of the fucking TBS title tournament.
And you know what? We'll get to that because that's exactly what I was thinking before we even went live tonight. You know, another one, Jesse, is Britt Baker. And you and I were very critical of Britt Baker. And Britt Baker was the first woman signed to AEW. Big Swole was a part of that first year camp as well. Britt Baker was not very good, and she was very green in the ring. But over time, you know, Britt Baker got just as much, or I should say Swole just got, you know, just as much opportunity as Britt Baker. Britt Baker was on Dark. Britt Baker was, wrestling on Dynamite. So was Swole. But the thing is, you've seen the natural progression of Britt Baker in tune with her character, fine-tuning what she needed to work on, working on her in-ring skill, working on her promo. She used all the assets available to her, provided by Tony Khan, to get herself to where she is. And now look at her. She may be the most over female in the entire sport. So who is to blame for Big Swole's shortcomings when everybody around her is doing what they need to do and know what they need to do as far as what they have for themselves?
When this company started, I had Big Swole above Britt Baker. Easily.
Yes.
Easily. I did not like anything Britt Baker was bringing to the fucking table.
Bro, I don't want to cut you off, bro. But I'm on fire here. Tay Conti, bro. She worked in NXT, man. She was not good in NXT. She got fired from NXT. Look at the opportunities that Tay Conti's been giving in AEW, and she's killed it. The match with Britt Baker was the best match of her career. Yeah. At the pay-per-view. So who's to blame for Big Swole's shortcomings? I don't get it. Why are other women around her working so hard, but, you know, she wants to complain about opportunity?
Yeah, the Britt Baker was really fucking bad. And if you compare the Britt Baker we have today versus the Britt Baker that we started with,
it's not the same person.
It's nowhere near the same gimmick. It's not the same wrestler, not the same person. Right now, she's a star. Before, she was not a star. She was not good in the ring. The gimmick was terrible. But if you compared the two, the today Britt versus the then Britt, she did a complete 180. She changed. Now take day one Big Swole, and what is different about day one Big Swole than the last day of Big Swole in AEW?
I couldn't tell you.
Nothing. No, she changed nothing. She changed nothing about her approach, about her gimmick, about her style. Nothing has changed. So if you weren't getting over to begin with, like Britt Baker, and it wasn't working out, you have to fucking do something.
Yes.
You have to change. You have to improve. You got to try a new angle. Do something. I don't think her ring work was terrible. I just think that the gimmick was not interesting at all, and it was boring, bro. It was fucking boring. So if she changed it up a little bit, tried things different, I mean, and still it didn't get over, then what do you want me to say? But she tried nothing. It wasn't over. She tried nothing, changed nothing. It still wasn't over. So she got let go, released, or quit, whatever the hell happened. And then she wants to complain about her opportunities that she had. When she couldn't go anymore because she had health issues, she was still being pushed. She was still being mentioned. She still had vignettes. Mm-hmm. She was brought back to TV in a big way. The crowd just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, she was involved. Wasn't she involved with Britt Baker? Like when Britt Baker had that injured arm or injured wrist? Wasn't she? She was on TV every week. They're throwing her in dumpsters and feuding with Rebel. I mean, she was there, but like you said, nobody really gravitated to who she was.
No, you have to fucking change it, man. You just can't try it. It doesn't work. keep trying it and not work, and then blame race.
Yes. Because
while we're on that, man, I'm gonna tackle this fucking subject because I've read a lot of the fucking comments on Twitter and everything else, and I'll just do it like this. Okay, I do not want someone from the black community at the top of the card being pushed as a champion just because they are fucking black. That is not what this sport is about, bro.
No.
Now, if I have someone who is fucking awesome at what they do, over as shit, and the crowd loves it, and they can't get any TV time, no one's gonna call that shit racist faster than me.
Yes. Me too. Well, me too.
I mean, that's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. So if she never got an opportunity at all, ever, and she's just great, and she's getting social media buzz, and people are trying to get to see more of her, and she can't get on TV, hell, I'll be leading the charge for her. But don't tell me we gotta have a black champion just because we gotta have a black champion.
Bro,
I want the best at the top. I want the fucking best to represent AEW. I would love for a black man or a black woman to become the best and become champion. Yes. I don't want them to be champion just because we don't have one and we don't want to get railed on by social media. That's fucking bullshit, man.
Yes, bro, you literally took every fucking word out of my mouth. Like we've been stating this for months on the show, you know, and it pains me that people use that crutch because it's their only way to have an argument, and I can't stand it. You know, you look at the top of the card, and you look at your Adam Coles and your Bryan Danielsons and your CM Punks and your Darby Allins and your MJFs and your Kenny Omegas and your Young Bucks and your Adam Hangman Pages. What is the one common, factor between all of them? Everybody goes to the color of their skin. It's all elite white wrestling or whatever the fuck social media is calling it, bro. When you have that level of talent at the top of the card, that is Tony Khan telling everybody that there's a reason why they are there. And as wrestling fans, you should already know why Bryan Danielson and CM Punk and every one of those guys is at the top of the card. It's because they are the best at their profession. Okay, I'm not ready to put a Will Hobbs in the main event scene, even though we both love Will Hobbs and I have immense respect for him and what that man is capable of. He's not ready to be in that spot yet. When he's ready, you will know. We're not about to put somebody in that position based on the color of their skin. If their skill set is at the level of a Bryan Danielson, then you and I can have a discussion.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. I mean, and that's the beautiful thing about social media. I mean, one of the few beautiful things about social media is that the fans will let you know who they love and who they don't love.
Yes.
They'll fucking tell you. I love Will Hobbs. I think he's being booked perfectly for what they're using him for right now. Now, they continue this path and Hobbs continues to get better, then I expect to see Will Hobbs push towards the top of the card when he starts to improve from his matches and his feuds, not just because we have to have a black I don't want to see fucking Darby Allin at the bottom of the card and I don't know, fucking Hobbs as champion just because we got to have a black champion. And I'm gonna sit here and say it's not fucking fair to Darby. All right, Darby's over as fuck. I mean, let's sit here and break it down right now. Who's more over, Darby Allin or Will Hobbs? So, obviously Allin. So now, if Allin becomes champion, who's gonna sit back and say, "Well, Hobbs got passed over"? It's not right.
Yeah.
Who is more over right now? If you sent Bryan Danielson to an all-black wrestling promotion or predominantly black wrestling promotion, and he's at the bottom of the fucking card, I will raise holy hell. This guy's one of the best wrestlers in the world. I don't care if he's white or black. He needs to be at the top of your card wherever he is. I don't care if he's in Lucha Underground and he's not Mexican. He should be at the top of the fucking card because he's the best wrestler in the world.
And that's what it is, bro. It pains me as a podcaster. I've been doing this for 6 years now, and I've been doing this fairly decently, I think, and I've said this to many people and people think I'm racist. I don't see the color of anybody's skin in anything that I do. I love everybody equally. If Adam Cole was a black athlete, I would be the same way I am about Adam Cole now if his skin color was black. Why? Because Adam Cole is one of the best professional wrestlers on the face of the earth. It doesn't matter what you look like or who you are or what your background is. If you are the best at your profession, you should be at the top of your fucking company and profession. Simple. That's all it comes down to. And that's all I ever want. If I'm watching a sport, bro, I want the best. I want the best. Yeah. And if you're not the best yet, then you don't deserve to be there. But I'd love to see you progress. I'd love to see your journey to get to the best. Show me. Work for it. Nobody gives, or nobody should be getting anything just based on where they are or who they are, the color of their skin, who they know. Work for it. Stop it.
Yeah, I don't. Scorpio Sky.
Dude, Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal is a world champion. I mean, give him time. Yeah. I don't mind. He's a world champion in this company. Just give him time.
Yeah. Scorpio Sky started off as a babyface in SCU.
Yes.
They turned him heel, put him on his own. It didn't work. They put him with Ethan Page. Still didn't really work. They put him with Dan Lambert. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Liking it. We're getting there. But here's the point. They are trying to get him over. And Scorpio Sky is also changing his gimmick because he's not changing shit in the ring because Scorpio Sky doesn't need to change a goddamn thing in the ring.
No. And Tony Khan, if Tony Khan didn't see anything in Scorpio Sky, Tony Khan would have never offered him a 5-year contract.
I mean, the guy is talented. He just needed the right gimmick.
Yes.
And now his gimmick is evolving. Scorpio Sky will be a champion, some form of a champion in 2022. Some form of a champion because he's that good. Not because he's black, but because he's that damn good, dude. And he deserves it.
Is he a main event guy now? No. Does he have the potential to be a main event guy? Yes.
At some point, yes. Yes, he's over. Now he's more over than he's ever has been because of the tools that they have invested in the Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. And they are trying. And Scorpio Sky is taking advantage of these tools and he's getting himself over. He's getting there. People like Sky and Hobbs, they are getting there on their own merit and their own hard work.
I mean, that's pretty much the basis of the whole diversity thing, people. And I have a list here because I want to talk about the structure of what Big Swole was talking about as well. You know, Jesse and I just went over the lack of diversity according to social media, but I mean, I got a list of 10 things here. Please, someone chime in and tell me if I'm wrong. Will Hobbs wrestled CM Punk in front of 20,000 people right here in my backyard, literally 10 minutes away at Arthur Ashe Stadium for the biggest Dynamite ever. 20,000 people. You think Tony Khan is choosing anybody for that specific role? I mean, Will Hobbs got that role for a reason, right? You know, 2 of the first 4 AEW Women's Champions, Jesse, have been Japanese. Nyla Rose, transgender, everybody knows, was the second AEW Women's Champion and is constantly featured in high-profile feuds within said AEW Women's division. The Lucha Brothers are AEW Tag Team Champions. Private Party and the Acclaimed are regularly featured on television, and Tony Khan loves all 4 of those guys. Dante Martin has been given a spotlighted role where he shined against the biggest names in this company, while his brother Darius has been out with injury. Tate Conti, we went over, was fired by WWE, given a platform to be herself on AEW television, knowing that she speaks, English, but not as well as others in the company, and Tony Khan has provided her a platform to be herself and has succeeded because she knows who she is. Jade Cargill, unknown to anybody during the pandemic, team with Shaq against Cody, has been given a rocket pack and has been the most protected star in the entire company in that women's division. Red Velvet worked away from Dark to find herself on Dynamite. She was in the first Rampage main event with Britt Baker for the world title, and Thunder Rose has been an advocate for AEW since she stepped foot in this company, and she's molding herself an absolute fucking dominant reign for 2022. She's the future AEW Women's Champion. If there is somebody in this fucking community that wants to tell me that there's no diversity in this company, I just shut you up with 10 fucking examples, and I know I'm missing some. Give me a break.
So, oh man, I really don't fucking get this. I'm sorry. I'm just blowing me fucking away right now. Well, so I don't think her issue is diversity. That's why I started out saying that she's picking the wrong words. She wants to say black people, but she'd be hard pressed to even get that one over. The fact of the matter is, and this is the God honest truth, if Big Swole had not said what she said, would we be sitting here talking about her right now?
No, if Tony Khan did not listen, if Tony Khan went about his tweet, bro, and went about it in a more professional way, I don't think we would be here right now. I really don't.
I mean, it started with Big Swole's comments. I mean, and I'm trying to figure out why she made them. So why would she make these comments when I don't believe that they're accurate? I mean, and that just answers it right now. If she had not said what she said, nobody would be talking about Big Swole right now. And right now, because she said what she said, she's the talk of the whole fucking wrestling industry. She may have gotten herself signed, maybe with WWE. I could see WWE picking her up and trying to push her just to spite AEW and to look good. And good on her if that happens.
I could see that. I could absolutely see that.
Yeah.
But is it part of her maybe being jealous of others? Like, is a jealousy aspect a part of it? Maybe she thought that she deserved more than what she was given, but she really wasn't good enough to be in the roles that she had desired. Maybe she wanted to get her podcast over. I didn't even know she had a podcast up until about an hour ago.
I didn't know she had a podcast until you said she had a podcast. I thought she did an interview with someone and said stuff.
I mean,
I had no idea.
I mean, it could be any one of those things. I don't know. But you know, I mean, it's a wicked tale of loving the company, and then all of a sudden she wants to blast about AEW not being diverse, and then Tony Khan, we'll get to what he said. He threw her under the bus saying that she wasn't a good professional wrestler. So
he could have chosen his words a little bit better, because now, yeah, it looks like his words were intended to bury her, but at the same time, it wasn't like she was let go. Then he released a statement saying she was let go because she wasn't that good.
No, it was a mutual parting of ways.
Yeah, she said things, and the guy came out and attempted to defend his organization.
Yes.
And some people just didn't like the words that he chose, and then it just helped perpetuate what she was trying to portray in her original statement. But if there's anybody here that wants to disagree with my statement of flat out Big Swole is just not as good as she thinks she is, or she's not as good as she wants to portray herself as. If someone thinks that she is actually really good and didn't get pushed only because of her skin color, I would gladly call that person very unintelligent.
Yeah.
She is, I mean, she doesn't suck beyond, I mean, she's not Eva.
Yes, we've seen worse for sure.
We've seen worse, bro. And again, I think she's better than Brandy Rhodes and Jade Cargill.
I would agree.
But that's pure in the ring. Jade Cargill, I see her potential, and her look and her presence alone is worth me putting her on TV if I was a promoter.
Yeah.
And but Big Swole, she's decent in the ring, bro. She's okay. She can wrestle. But outside of that, no one gives a shit about Big Swole.
No.
So it's Big Swole's job to make the fans care about Big Swole.
Listen, bro. All she needed to do, let me go back to Tony Khan first. Tony Khan, I don't want to sit here and someone fucking take an out of context clip from my show and me being called a racist because I'm sticking up for Tony Khan. Tony Khan was wrong, but he was also being Tony Khan, okay? I have been very adamant about me appreciating Tony Khan's honesty. A lot of these people, they haven't been to the scrums and they don't feel his energy. They don't see that energy. Tony Khan loves what he does. He loves this sport, and he absolutely loves what he's doing with AEW, okay? You need to be there to see it and feel it. Tony Khan, he was wrong in the way he worded what he said to Swole. Swole never said anything bad about Tony Khan in the exit interview. She went on her own platform and mentioned diversity and this and that, and for some weird reason, Tony Khan got defensive about his company and maybe went out there and said a little bit too much But at the end of the day, Tony Khan is a professional. He's the owner of the company. He's the CEO. This is where, Jesse, I honestly think, and I love the scrap dog attitude of Tony Khan. This is where he needs to be more, and we talked about this. He needs to be more like Vince McMahon. He needs to be more like a shadow on social media. You don't need to be on social media all the time. You don't need to be bragging about ratings. You don't need to be in a situation like this throwing talent that mutually parted ways amicably, under the bus. Tony Khan should have never said what he said on social media, because now what it does is it makes him look bad. He riled up so many people, and what he does for Big Swole potentially is he's a powerful man, and he's the second most powerful man in this industry right now in professional wrestling. His words are going to carry a lot of weight. Who's to say that his words don't resonate with some of these smaller companies, and it deters Big Swole from getting a job somewhere else? You can't, as a professional, go out there and say that. And if he wanted to do the right thing, all he needed to do was reiterate that AEW is a very diverse company, give some examples, and wish Big Swole the best, and maybe there'd be a partnership somewhere in the future, and leave it at that. That was it.
Yeah. It get out of hand real fast and for no reason. And speaking of out of hand, can we talk about Lio Rush?
It's in the notes. I will. That's the next thing in discussion. But before we get into that, we went over what Tony Khan said. Tony Khan was wrong about what he worded it wrong. I appreciate his honesty. We talked about Big Swole and what she should have done to take the necessary steps, like everybody else, and all the examples that we listed. Jesse, the structure in AEW. I know a lot of people always complain that WWE television is always so scripted. And now here Big Swole is complaining that there's no structure and that she needed help writing promos, and sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming and this and that. Is there something that Tony Khan can do as far as structuring the backstage environment a little bit better? Maybe assigning writers, even though we know AEW doesn't have any writers, and Tony Khan presents this freedom for the characters that he has to go out there and do what they need to do on their own. Should there be a situation where there are some writers in said divisions, in this example, the women's division? Maybe we need producers, agents of some sort, like a Serena Deeb. They just brought in Mercedes Martinez. She has years of experience that she could pass upon to the younger talent. Is something like that needed after this big blow up on social media?
Let me ask you this, because I'm a little confused by it. What exactly does she mean by lack of structure? What exactly does she mean?
The thing is, I don't know, but my take from it is the fact that.
But let me pause you for a sec before I ask you again. What does she mean by lack of structure? Because if we start addressing what we perceive to be lack of structure, it may not be exactly what the hell she's referring to. She says lack of structure. What does she mean exactly? You can't throw out an ambiguous, broad statement like that and just leave it to the fans to run with it for you. Lack of structure, how? In what way? Now, I'm not saying that there is structure and she's crazy. What I'm saying is what we might, like for right now, what we perceive of lack of structure might not be her idea. My perception of structure for AEW is your long-term booking and the plans you have, but then, you sign Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, changing plans for them. I can see where the structure is being upset right there, but is that what she means? Is that her intent? Because I'm not sure if it is or not.
I don't know, man. I don't think there's a creative need for structure if it's going through one guy. One guy, he tells everybody else underneath him what they have to do and what he wants, and then boom, it happens. They make it happen for him. I honestly think the structure that she's talking about is the fact that there are maybe not suitable agents backstage for the women's division. Maybe there's not writers to help in the women's division to get across what she wanted to get across. I don't know. I'm only insinuating, and like you said, you're going to let the fans run with it, forget about it. It's going to be a fucking dumpster fire.
We might be arguing a point that she wasn't even trying to get across. What does she mean? But does she mean they just need more agents? Because from what I can tell, there's plenty of help back there being offered. From what I can tell. But again, my perception of lack of structure might differ from hers. So if she wants to get into the lack of structure in the terms of, these new people coming in and taking different spots, I'm willing to counter that with, you as a promoter, you need to use your best tools that you have to the best of their ability. Now, I don't think it would be a good idea to not sign Adam Cole. That's just first and foremost. If Adam Cole's a free agent, you sign Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Now, you signed Adam Cole. I don't think it'd be a good idea to put him on a back burner and make him wait a year because your structure had this push for this person. Now, I'm not saying put said person on the back burner. I'm saying you find a way to incorporate your new talent with the talent you had a plan for to push, which is exactly what he did with the likes of Christian Cage when he put them with Jurassic Express. And right away, Adam Cole. When Adam Cole and Daniel Bryanson was standing in that ring, Bryan Danielson was standing in that ring, hold each other's hands up, and we were at that show, there were day one talents in that ring with them being put over.
Yeah.
Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy. I mean, all these fucking Marco, goddamn stunt.
Yep.
You know, they were all out there being showcased as well. Now, they weren't a part of the original plan because the structure had to change because you got top tier talent. So in that regard, if she wants to say there's a lack of structure, I get it. But my reply is, you go with the flow on something.
Yeah.
You don't discard people or put people on the back burner. But if plans got to change for the better, then plans should change for the better.
Listen,
you don't tell top tier talent to wait because you had a plan before them. Just change the plan.
You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly. I mean, I wish you would have elaborated on that. But I absolutely, now that you mentioned it and brought it to light and brought it to the discussion, I absolutely see that being the structure that she's talking about, which lends itself to another thing, which fucking these social media fucking geeks don't understand, is that Tony Khan is running a business. He needs to keep TNT happy. He needs to keep TBS happy now, and he needs to make AEW money. Without AEW, then I think we're in a worse place in the industry. Tony Khan is signing everybody, and like you said, Jesse, it throws off that said structure that Big Swole, I believe, was talking about. But Tony Khan is only doing what a businessman is going to do. He's going to bring in these big names because it's going to keep AEW thriving so that people like Big Swole have a fucking place to work and the industry is not monopolized by Vince.
Right.
I mean, how is that a bad thing? And why is Tony Khan being blamed for structure? He's doing what he needs to do as far as a business is concerned. Does nobody understand that?
I personally feel like Tony Khan is doing the best he can with what the tools he have in regards to making the fans happy.
Yes.
I honest to God, I feel like he is doing his best to make the fans happy. How many different things have we gotten over the last year alone that were things the fans have been clamoring for but couldn't get? God damn it. We had Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega in the ring together this year.
This is the one man and the one company that brought the fucking most elusive fish in the sea back to professional wrestling and CM Punk. Tony Khan and AEW brought CM Punk out of retirement after 7.5 years. Are you fucking kidding me?
And we're complaining about Big Swole.
I mean, it sounds ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous.
Guys.
What are you complaining about?
Jesus. It really feels like the people who are complaining about Tony Khan and AEW the most are just people who are ready to complain about anything that AEW does because they just want to complain about AEW.
I mean, do you want to see AEW fail because Big Swole said it's not diverse? I don't understand you people. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, God. Okay.
Listen, Leo.
Wait a minute. So shout out to Ruben. I just got notified of a tweet that Leo Rush just sent out 5 minutes ago.
All right, well, you hold on to that. Let's go over what Leo Rush said last night in the midst of all this dumpster fire on social media. Leo Rush, Jesse, we know Leo Rush's history in WWE. He was a loudmouth in WWE, didn't really rub people the right way there. Rush's response to Tony Khan's tweet, he says, I'm not cool with any of this shit, to be honest. If nobody says something, then I will, because this is fucked up and now I'm pissed. And then he puts in all capital letters, apologize at Tony Khan. What did Leo Rush say now to add on what he said last night?
All right, so now he says, in all caps, positive change for 2022. And then there's a pasted statement that fits all on the Twitter page, and it says this. I want this to be clear. I do not consider this to be a diversity issue, and I at no point have thought or said that AEW or Tony is racist. We can all clearly see that wrestling as a whole and the AEW roster is perpetually diverse. Pause right there for a second. Okay. So right away, Big Swole has lost some credibility in her accusations.
It also seems like Lio Rush is backtracking a little bit after what he said last night.
It does. But let me continue. The issue at hand was a racial insensitivity issue. Having spoken to Tony and Mega, we have discussed the endeavors to further understand the struggles of the Black community. I am grateful to be able to understand more about Tony and Mega's own ethnic backgrounds and glad that they are actively seeking input from an African American perspective. I am proud to work for a boss and company that try to make these strides in social equality. I look forward to working with Tony to keep making steps towards positive change. I pray that 2022 is a year of positive change in all aspects. Happy New Year. God bless.
Listen, man, I hope he's heartfelt and genuine in that, because just from the surface, it sounds like a complete 180 from what he was or how he felt last night.
Felt like he had no job if he didn't put that fucking tweet up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, that's just me. That is just me. I mean, but this is what Lio Rush does, dude.
Yeah.
This is what he does. This is how he left WWE. And I was sensitive to his situation because it had some merit to it.
Yeah.
Because WWE is known for bullying and hazing and things like that. And he wasn't down with that. Not only that, he felt the way that he was being, quote unquote, bully or haze had a racial overtone to it.
Yep.
So I was with him in the feeling of, hey, if he's not comfortable with it, and it shouldn't be that. But now it seemed like he jumped the gun on demanding an apology publicly from his boss when he had nothing to do with this shit.
And additionally, bro, he didn't even fucking walk through the Starbucks door to even attempt to order a fucking coffee yet. He's like, apologize. Like, who the fuck are you?
No, he's not, dude. I would rather hear from somebody with you're in the company and a little bit more, I mean, I don't want to say experience, but respect in the back. But this does not seem like something Leo should have done. I mean, it looks like he went and talked to, Tony and everything else, which is what he should have done before he made the statement.
Well, listen. Maybe he'll go and retire for another 3 months. I don't know. But I hope it's something that is genuine and heartfelt. And on the surface, like you said, Jesse, you worded it perfectly. It sounds like this guy was not going to have a job tomorrow. So that's why he put that statement out.
Yeah, so he good on him for trying to save his gig. Maybe he did. I mean, but I think he was a little bit out of line in his response. Not saying that, if something's not right, he shouldn't point it out. I'm saying that he should have had a discussion with his boss before he said what he said.
Yes, behind closed doors privately. Just like Tony Khan should have, talked privately to Big Swole behind closed doors. Nothing needed to be aired out on social media. Otherwise, we would not be here and everybody else would not be talking about this. I'll give WWE a little credit here in a similar situation when Hogan went to the locker room and tried to express his thoughts on the whole racial issue, and the New Day and Big E quietly went to management and everything else. And yeah, he made a public statement about it, but basically the gist of it was, I'm not buying this shit. I'm not buying it. It wasn't heartfelt. It wasn't right, but professional about how they did it. They made it vocal. And they didn't come off as a bunch of we're going to just jump on this bandwagon and perpetuate this nonsense. Yeah.
Like, I didn't like it. We listened to it. We don't think it was genuine, but and the New Day are three of the most respected individuals in all of WWE, dude.
Not even the New Day, bro. What did Titus say? Titus was very respectful, and they had him work with Hogan at WrestleMania.
They had him work side by side with him, man. I mean, I didn't agree with it. I wouldn't have done it, but that's how much a professional Titus O'Neil was, on him. And I'm sure he didn't like it, but he sucked it up and did his job. Again, I'm not trying to say if you don't like something, shut up and do your job. Be vocal if that's what it takes, but pick your spots, be respectful, and don't forget where you work, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. We had Lio Rush mention something on social media. Tay Conti, she said, as y'all know, I'm Latina. And I know the struggles. I have an accent, and cutting promo on national TV is not something that you see normally from me, but AEW and TK makes me feel comfortable and not ashamed doing it. And then she went on to promote that unbelievable tag team match on Rampage last night. Sean Dean, who is a regular on AEW Dark, he's also a coordinator for AEW. He tweeted, my official title in AEW behind the scenes is Extras Coordinator, a black male working in the office, giving as many opportunities to minority talents as I can every single week. On the community team, raising awareness for inner city kids any chance I get. The things we are expecting can and will happen. Please trust the process. Will Hobbs, he was out there on social media. He said this, and I quote, I've been featured in some heavy-ass spots since been signed to AEW, as well as other minorities. Now, TK's put me in spots at the right time. That meant something. Punk, Christian Cage, Brian Cage, Hangman, and especially running in and saving Mox. This company's been there since the passing of my mother. Cody and QT played tremendous parts in getting me signed. Lastly, if you have an issue with somebody, pick up the phone. Jade Cargill went on to say about what she said. No prior wrestling experience. Trusted in an upstart company over a well-known one. Once-in-a-lifetime high-profile in-ring debut with Shaq and Cody Rhodes. Just to name a few, Jesse. And Sheeta, all she said was, I love AEW. I mean, it's not a diversity thing, guys. It's not.
No, it's not a diversity thing. Now, if Big Swole has another issue, then she should have been clear on what that issue is. But she can't come out and wave a broad flag like diversity and think everyone should jump on board, because I don't believe it. I personally don't believe that she faced a diversity issue because of her skin color at AEW. That is not to say it didn't happen, guys, but I do believe it did. I think that she is trying to get some attention brought to her herself and her business going forward, and it's working. Yep. People are talking about Big Swole. I think she overstepped, because if she was genuinely feeling this badly treated by AEW, she didn't make that clear in her exit interview.
No.
And she did a very poor job at displaying that in the 3 years that she's been there. You know, all of a sudden now that she's gone, now that the phone might not, now she wants to claim diversity. And come on, it feels like you're grasping at straws. It feels like you're grasping at straws. Maybe there was something there, but you failed at portraying that when you made this public statement.
Listen, I think this thing got blown out of proportion. I think Tony Khan was in his feelings last night. What he said isn't necessarily untrue, but it should have been done in a completely different and more professional way. Big Swole has, she can say whatever she wants, but, at the end of the day, if it comes down to a diversity thing, like Jesse and I talked about, it is absolutely not a diversity thing. It sounds like more of a Big Swole problem. And we both here on the show have said it several times, and I don't know why it continues to be a topic of discussion in the community. It seems like everybody just hangs on this one crutch. It is not about the color of your skin, and I want to make that very well known again before we go to the super chats. If you earned it and you deserve the spot and you are the very best at what you do and your craft, you should be at the top of the card. Until there is somebody that comes along and takes that spot away from somebody right now at the top, no matter the color of their skin, I don't want to hear about putting a world champion or a world championship rather on somebody based on the color of their skin. It's not something that should even be a topic of discussion at all. So please stop it. That's it.
And look, Tay Conti weighed in, like you said, and gave her opinion on. We all know that she is not one to ever be involved. So there you go.
Yeah.
If that's done.
Yeah.
Tay Conti does not do controversy.
No.
But on a serious note, though, so if her issue is diversity or lack thereof or racism, I want to see her go to WWE, because that alone will make her look like a complete fucking hypocrite. That company is the epitome
of racism.
And
against women. They look at what they look.
Women.
I mean,
I mean, what are you gonna do over there?
Yeah.
It feels like she's seriously burned the absolute best bridge of her career going forward.
And the thing is, Jesse, I seen many actually last night because I was all over this, and I seen people making the argument of, oh, when people get fired from AEW, it's always about diversity and racism and the color of their skin or whatever the case may be. But when they go to WWE and WWE lets somebody go, it's because they're undervalued or underutilized. I made this discussion with somebody else I was talking to before we went live. WWE doesn't really put anybody on TV that isn't ready for TV. So if they fire somebody over there, it's because they are underutilized. Or they've been held down. How many? Keith Lee's a great example. Ricochet's another great example. These guys are world champion athletes. If they go to AEW, you're not going to hear a single fucking peep about me having any problem with them being at the top of the card because they are world championship caliber athletes. Those are the types of guys that are underutilized. So I don't see where that discussion comes into play either.
Yeah. I saw somebody on Twitter saying, "Oh, well, if they get fired from WWE, they were underutilized, but if they get fired from AEW, then it's okay because they're not good."
Yeah.
I mean, people will pick apart every little thing that they can and try to make it fit their own narrative. I mean, because everyone that was fired, not everyone that was fired from WWE were good. Some of them were bad. Yes, some of them were very good and shouldn't have been fired. Were bad. And the ones that were bad, no one's clamoring to get their job back or trying to defend them. I don't see anybody trying to get Nia Jax back in.
No, Nia Jax was not good. And Nia Jax got good. She got fired because she wasn't good.
She wasn't good. Black woman, I'm sorry, Samoan woman. Yep. I mean, she's of minority, and she's not very good. But she didn't come out and start claiming racism and things like. Nia Jax had no, because God, nepotism is strong in that case.
Yeah.
I don't get it, people. But what I do get is that, once again, if you already have an agenda against AEW, something like this, an incident like this fits right up your alley to try to finish that whole narrative of we want AEW. Is that what people want? Do the haters just want AEW to just go away?
Yes, that's exactly what it is, Jesse. I honestly think there's a vendetta out there for AEW to fight. People out there are actively trying to kill AEW. Absolutely.
They were happier when it was just WWE.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't get it. You finally have a company that is actively listening to the fans, and there are people saying this needs to go. I don't get it. I'm starting to believe that these are all just ghost accounts by WWE executives. I don't know what the hell's going on.
They may very well be, to be honest with you.
It makes no sense. Would you be happier that this company who brought us CM Punk, who put Omega in the ring with Daniels, you want this company to go away? What the fuck is wrong with people? Are you wrestling fans? What is wrong with you people?
Listen, man. This sparked a whole new discussion that I'm glad we tackled today, and I don't really know why it was raised again because I heard a couple of different takes on it. And it all goes back to the same thing. It just harps on one specific community, but it really dives deeper into that because diverse means so much, and everybody's making it about one thing, but it's got a broader meaning to what Big Swole was talking about here. AEW is as diverse of a company that you will see in the industry, and I honestly do think that with the discussion you and I had today, that I think we brought some solid points to the table. I really do at the end of the day.
All right, look, before we wrap it all up, I want to close this on a positive note because I'm having a very bad day personally today. Did you watch Rampage?
I did catch that match, yeah.
Man,
I didn't watch the Cody match with Paige, but I did catch the women's match because that's all everybody was talking about.
I'll even give it up to Cody and Ethan Page. They put on a solid fucking match, man.
Yeah. Ethan Page is great. I mean, Cody, he's always great.
He's great. I like the storytelling. I'm changing my tune about Cody. Yeah. I'm changing my tune. My tune. But look, I think the four women, the Penelope Ford, the Bunny, Anna Jay, and Conti, they all need a special pat on the back they all need special acknowledgement because those women tore it the fuck up last night.
And that's how you grab an opportunity, okay?
Yes.
Now, those 4 women are going to be better off. I'm not a big fan of the bunny or Penelope Ford.
The bunny won that goddamn match, dude.
But listen,
hats off to the bunny.
That's how you grab a fucking opportunity, man. I see some people mentioning, snickering online, all they got to go through these hoops and fucking blood and all the Disco Inferno. It was what a fucking geek to get a Meltzer 5-star match. I'm like, those women busted their fucking ass.
They busted their ass.
Show some respect.
I see what he's saying, but I'll counter that with, look, their gimmicks were stagnant and they weren't getting enough attention to be legitimate wrestlers. So they went out there and said, let's show that we can be real fucking wrestlers.
Yeah.
And they beat the crap. Let's show them that we're tough and we're not worried about our fucking nails. They didn't beat it the fuck up like Britt Baker did along with Thunder Rose. Let's go tear it up. And they did. They went out there and got their fucking nails dirty. That
is always a criticism from me about women's wrestling. Go in there and fucking do what those women did. That to me earns a different level of respect. So shout out to all 4 of those women, no question.
Yes. Hats off. Love it. Love that match. That's what you don't need every match like that. But now when you go out and do other matches, nobody can say, but they're just too fucking prissy and they're worried about. No, they know how to fight and we've seen it. All right. So we can quit using that now.
And can we quit with Cody Rhodes winning the TNT title being an absolutely terrible decision? Like cut the shit, okay? Please. Sammy wasn't doing much with the title, and this all is playing into a bigger picture. I never realized that some wrestling fans, until we watch AEW television with long-term booking, are so fucking impatient. I get watching WWE how impatient they are, but Jesus fucking Christ, Cody winning the title from Sammy on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day rather, was a beautiful fucking thing.
It's great, and I'll even say the fact that the people that are hating him for doing it, then it's working.
That's exactly what he wanted.
It's working. It's fucking working. This was the best. This was the best. And I even said it before it happened. Cody winning that title is probably best for business because nobody wants Sammy to lose it, and nobody wants Cody to win it. So do that.
Yeah.
And they are continuing this "am I heel, am I face" thing clearly by the fucking T-shirt that he's now wearing.
Yes.
So it's working. He's not coming out there and trying to be the Roman Reigns babyface of 2017. He is clearly self-aware that he's hated, and he's playing it into... Dude, the Ethan Page match, Ethan Page worked babyface, man. Because Cody had so much heat, and Cody was acting like a heel in the match. You saw Ethan Page try do comeback spots, and it was great. I loved it.
Bro, I said this on Twitter. I mean, they were turning Dan Lambert babyface. Of all fucking people.
I love it. 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 So the fact that people don't like it, it's working. I love it. I think Cody turned this shit around the right way. I do want to see Sammy continue to chase and get his title back. But in the meantime, everything is for me is going perfectly fine with Cody. And done hating on Cody.
There you go, guys. I'm glad you guys joined us, man. We had 2,500 deep in the venue on a random Saturday afternoon on New Year's Day. I appreciate you guys for hanging out and engaging in this discussion with us. This was something that we kind of went back and forth on, but I'm glad we did it. And I will be live again later tonight with the day one post show right here on Off the Script. I'm ready to go. I'm going to have a nice dinner. I'm going to relax. I'll be live tweeting. You guys know the deal. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206 on Twitter. And the notification for the live stream will hopefully be going out within the hour. But before we get out of here, I want to run through these stupid chats because you guys have been incredibly generous on this.
Plug my channel.
You plug your fucking channel.
I mean, not that I have a chat. Look, man, I do not want to take you down. But if someone were to go to Chi-Town Smark on YouTube and subscribe for any dark live watch-alongs or reviews, be greatly appreciated.
There you go. I gave you 15 seconds. All right. You know Eli with a 1999 super chat. I'm glad Tony told her the truth. I'm tired of people pushing diversity over talent. I promise you Tony Khan isn't going to let Jay Lethal, Athena, Keith Lee's contracts run out. Fact is, Swole couldn't keep up in this AEW. Yeah, we discussed that earlier, bro. She needed to do more to prove herself, and the more people come in, it seems like it became more of a Big Swole problem than a diversity thing. Hula Grim with a $5 super chat. I agree with TK's comments. However, now he is in a lose-lose situation with the TBS title match. Big Swole tiny brain. Jesse, does this I guess now create a problem for Tony Khan come Wednesday in this TBS tournament final with Ruby and Jade? I mean, it is a lose-lose situation, like Hooligrim said, but in my honest opinion, before I give you the floor on this, I honestly don't think that Tony Khan should stray. If Ruby is the winner or the outcome is going to Ruby, I don't think he should stray from that because, I mean, Tony Khan is in a business to make money, and he's in a business to enhance the brand. And with Ruby, I honestly think that her recognition over Jade is what needs to be a priority here, not the color of her skin.
Right. I mean, and with that, we should say this. The link to my YouTube channel is in my Twitter bio, guys. Go get it from there. Christ. Okay. All right. But let's not forget this, bro. Seriously. What if, keep this in mind, we don't know. What if Jade was already the intended winner of said tournament? She is at the top of the priority list as far as getting her over. It's very possible she was always the projected winner.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very possible she can go into the TBS.
Jesse, it could be absolutely the case. Tony Khan could have had that pendant from day one, but if it happens on Wednesday, it's going to be looked at as a political thing, and Twitter's going to spin it in a way where they're going to spin it. They gave it to Jade because Tony Khan backtracked, and now look at him. It's gonna become a fucking mud show on social media.
It is. It's gonna be a no-win for him. People are gonna say, "No, you just gave it to Jade because of what happened," or they're gonna say, "Well, look, you gave it to Ruby. See what we mean? See?"
Yeah. I mean, if Jade does get it, I mean, none of you should be really. I mean, we talk about Jade in a in-ring aspect. We're big fans of Jade. But if Jade wins the tournament and Tony Khan, had picked Jade to win this tournament from the very beginning, don't take that away from Jade because all that negativity is kind of disrespecting her. So don't do that, please.
Yeah, and I know we've said she's still green and not there, and yes, Ruby Soho is a 50 times better wrestler than Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
But guys, it's not always about put the best wrestler at top. At times, that's where the term comes from, the title making a person or the person making a title. Both of them are a thing. They have to be done correctly. Yeah. So if we put the title on Jade, it would be a situation of the title making the wrestler, but at the same time, now that wrestler is on the clock to improve and make it about her instead of the title. All right, so I can see them going either way. They can make Ruby champion. Jade is very much more polarizing as far as her attitude and her gimmick. So I could actually see him going either way. Ruby is clearly the best wrestler, but Jade Cargill is the best gimmick right now.
Yeah.
Too. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting situation on Wednesday. Tan May with a re-upping of a membership here in the VIP section on the podcast. 25 months. Tan May is the only one with a gold OTS microphone. Tan May, you're a fucking beast, bro. He's sitting VIP all by himself.
That's what's up.
Welcome back, Tribal Chief, he says. Thank you, Tan May. Here's to another 25 more, brother. Thank you so much, man. Tony Cody is all elite. He leaves a $1.99 super chat with a microphone emoji. Thank you, bro. Mike Curtis becomes a new member in the venue. You're sitting VIP with me, brother. What are you drinking? Rounds on me. Kenley Pierre with a $4.99 super chat. Long time since I did a super chat. Should it take 3 years for a Black World Champion in AEW? If you're ready for it, no. It should not take 3 years. If somebody's ready, then we'll discuss it. It shouldn't take whatever time. If you're ready for it, you're ready for it.
Well, we get Jay Lethal in.
Yeah.
I'm sure we get Gresham coming in.
Yeah,
so
Keith Lee more than likely coming in.
Keith Lee. So we're gonna see some black males at the top of the card in AEW.
Oh, yeah.
Very soon.
Oh yeah.
I just don't want it to make it look like we have to do it because of this situation. These three guys we just named, they were already tier talents. They were already gonna come in and they were gonna be positioned towards the top.
Yeah, and they'll fit in. They'll find their role. They'll work at it, and then in every one of those guys' situations, there's going to be a situation of they put the time in and they earned it. That's all it's got to be. Mike Curtis with a $25 super chat. JD, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, Mike. Couldn't think of any better way to spend day one other than grabbing a seat and enjoying the ride. Grab your adult beverage and hoist it up Cheers, bro. Thank you so much, Mike. I'll see you tonight for the live stream of day 1. Once again, thank you to Chilled Sigma Vibes with the $100 super chat. Just showing some love. Thank you so much, man. Ryan Peters becomes a member in the VIP room. Thank you so much, man. What are you drinking tonight? Tony Cody is all elite with a $4.99 super chat. Says, Happy New Year, JD and Jesse. Thank you for all that you guys keep doing. Enjoy the year 2022. More years to come for you both. Still to be with us. Thank you so much, man. We got Mecky McLendon re-upping for 4 months. Thank you. I just wish Swole and TK could have picked up the phone and aired these issues in private. Now Twitter clowns are harassing AEW talent, and that's not fair. Yeah, man, things should be done in private, but apparently that's not the way things are done. I don't know. I mean, it was a mistake, and Tony Khan obviously needs to lay off Twitter for the time being, or either that, he needs to hire somebody to do Twitter for him.
Something. You know what also is not being mentioned there? Mark Henry has got to be one of the most respected men in that entire locker room.
Mm-hmm.
And
has he said anything?
Anything. Yeah, he'll drop anything to help anybody back there. He runs his own school, and a great school from what I hear. And when is Mark Henry not approachable to be like, hey, you know, my name is Big Swole. Can you help me with this or with that with my gimmick?
Yeah. It's crazy, man. They have so many resources backstage, and I got to hear this woman say that there's no structure. Like, I get what you're saying, but I mean, there are people to help you get where you need to be.
Yeah. I wish the best to her. I really do. And it seems like the best spot after this whole ordeal is, well, let's not forget how they treated people. Don't forget how they treated Booker T.
Yeah.
Over the years in WWE and plenty of the other racist shit. Don't expect anything better going over there.
John R. with a $5 super chat. As the founder, co-owner, president, and CEO of the company, you cannot publicly belittle your employees. TK has to be better than that. I think we've kind of established that. John R. Tony Khan should have went about it in a more professional way for sure. Eddie Hazard with a 5-month re-up. Thank you, brother. Happy New Year, JD and Jesse. I think Swole overreacted a bit, and TK's reaction felt kind of knee-jerk. Worried the cancel mob is salivating as we speak. Tony Khan's not getting canceled, and AEW's not getting canceled, bro. This will all be water under the bridge after Dynamite.
And I'll even give TK a little bit of credit here. His response came on New Year's Eve, bro.
Yeah.
He might have had some Dom Perignon.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he thought his Twitter record deletes at the end of the year, just like the AEW win-loss record. I have no fucking idea. He wanted to get one last Dynamite off. I don't know.
Yeah, doesn't reset. But I think he may have been hitting the Chris style. Someone bashed his company for bullshit reason, what he felt were bullshit reason.
Yeah.
Get on. Fuck this.
Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Big Swole needs to get better at her job before she complains about diversity and maybe try to get over and invest in some proactive. Come on, Solo. Come on.
I mean, look, it's a good point. If she was awesome at what she did, I mean, just great, over, and awesome at everything, and then came out and said, I did X, I would listen to her because she was awesome at everything, but she's not.
Blazing with a $5 super chat. Chilean super chat, I believe, is what I'm looking at here. Why is that Twitter turn people into room temperature individuals? Happy New Year, JD and Jesse. Look, listen, man, Twitter's a cesspool. I don't know. Twitter turns everybody into something that they wish they were, but they're really not. You know, it's a platform for free speech, and I'm not surprised by what you see or hear on Twitter. Hologram with a $5 super chat. I find it refreshing that TK stands up for himself. But who wins the TBS title now? If Jade wins, she's a token champ. If she loses, TK is called a racist. Hologram, I think we discussed that before. It's going to be a very interesting situation on Wednesday. It is a lose-lose situation for sure. Don't tread on me with a $5 super chat. I am at a loss for words every time I hear someone pull the race card following that mainstream media propaganda by saying there's no diversity in AEW. It's a crutch, bro. What do you want me to say? It's the best word for me to use. It's crutch. There is diversity. Just watch the fucking show. Trapped in my psyche with a $10 super chat. Wrestlers talk shit about a company. Everyone praises them. If the boss says the real reason without saying safety words like budget cuts, etc., they are the bad guy. If I get fired, give me the real reason.
Yeah.
Listen, man, this is why I always appreciated Tony Khan's honesty. But in some points, he just needs to step away and be more like Vince and say nothing. Just be a business guy. Amir F with the $2 super chat. Jesse speaking the truth, as he usually does, Amir. Thank you.
And believe me, guys, and JD's witness to that. I fought back and forth for a pretty long time today about coming on here and talking about this, because at the end of the day, I can kind of see both arguments, and I can kind of see if you hate the other argument, but at the same time, I mean, we just come here and we're honest.
Yep, it's all we ever are, man.
Yeah.
Don't tread on me with a $5 super chat. This is why there is so much division in this country. Stupid comments like that are disgusting. There will always be division in the world, bro. Just be a genuine, heartwarming, loving individual, man. Seriously. Nathan Hughes connection with a $5 super chat. I remember Kingston saying the overloaded roster causes you to work harder to get on TV, and you can't blame anyone but yourself. Yeah, it should. It should. And WWE, honestly, it makes me question. AEW is creatively running on all cylinders. I don't know why WWE hasn't stepped up and gotten better thanks to the AEW competition. I don't know. But yeah, I agree with him. The overloaded roster should absolutely make you work hard to get on TV because nobody wants their spot taken.
Yeah.
Micah with a $1.99 super chat. Keith Lee is on his way in. He will be AEW champ. You give him some time to get situated there? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Romy Rome with a $4.99 super chat. I don't care for pandering. If she was on Sasha or Bianca's tier and this was happening, then sure. But she's not anywhere close. Work harder and chill.
Yeah.
King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. Big Swole is full of BS. She can't cut the mustard. Claire O'Driscoll with a 50 in UK. Claire says nothing. Normally I say don't be shy, but with that type of super chat, you could sit VIP if you want. Let me get you a drink. King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. Apparently Big Swole needed riders to be successful. Go over to WWE. I'm sure Vince is waiting with bated breath.
Can you believe that, though? We spent all of this time complaining about WWE having a staff of writers making wrestlers say what writers felt. And now we got a wrestler complaining that she doesn't have a writer.
No.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
No, you got about 7 of them waiting for you in Stanford. Go over there and tell me how fucking great and fun it is. Give me a fucking break. Unique Butterfly with a $5 super chat. I'm black, but I understand and agree that you have to have ability, personality, and presence. The total package. You either have it or you don't. Unique. You get it. You get it. Thank you. Dwayne Jackson with a $4.99 super chat. She was average. Let's be honest. Tony Khan could have chosen his words more wisely. And also, let's not forget, she got lost in the shuffle. Yeah, she got lost in the shuffle because she didn't work as hard as everybody else, Dwayne. She could have been there with Britt and Sheeta and Statlander and Soho and everybody else, but she didn't.
I gotta agree. And if Swole was listening to that comment right now that you just said that she didn't work hard enough, I could see being angry. But I'll double down and I'll back it up with, look, the gimmick wasn't getting over, and you failed to do anything to change it, to try to help it get. You stayed stagnant and never changed. Didn't go.
Listen, man, we gave examples. Sheeta worked her ass off. Velvet worked her ass off.
Yes.
Layla Hirsch was even on Rampage recently. Like, just work.
Red Velvet is a very underrated example of all of this, because I remember she was a jobber. She was brought in as a jobber, and she was so good and she improved so much, and she elevated her spot in the company in a couple of weeks, bro. So that's hard work, and she moved up for it. So I failed to see if there was an agenda against
Prince G with a $9.99 super chat. Big fan of the channel. As a black man, I'm happy to see more people that look like me. However, I can go without always seeing a Becky and a Charlotte as champ when you have others. Happy New Year. Listen, man, WWE has
Bianca Belair. They
Bianca
took the
Belair
fucking title from a young, very talented and very beautiful black woman. Gave it back to Becky.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for that to pay off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they got Xia Li that's in there now. They're tied. You know, and WWE, until they prove me wrong, you know, the first Chinese active performer on the roster. Hey, all right, Show me. What are you going to give her the opportunity to be more? That's what I want to see.
What is Naomi doing?
Yeah, where's Naomi? Right? Everybody wants Naomi to be pushed, but every time Naomi gets, closer and closer to having something happen, WWE pulls the leash back. There's nobody on that roster outside the Big Four, the Big Five.
Yeah.
Laura, well, they're $4.99 Super Chat. Happy New Year, JD. Hope it's a great one for you and your family. Happy New Year to you and yours also, Jesse. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Reverend Davey Thompson becomes a new member in the venue. Brother, what are you drinking? Life After Death with a $5 Super Chat. Let's not forget Swole's push got derailed because her Crohn's disease came back and put her on the sideline. She lost all momentum after she came back. That's another topic of discussion. I mean, her health was a big deal, and Tony Khan had to take that into consideration.
I disagree. After she had an episode, she came right back with another push. She was right back on.
She was back quickly. She was back quickly, Jesse.
Yeah.
Huh.
She was. She came back pretty quickly, and she was back to being.
Oh. I didn't know that. I thought it was. I thought it was a little bit of extended time there.
I've been following Big Swole, man. I've been paying attention. I've watched all Dark episodes, and I've been watching them. Making better. And she didn't. I was just like, okay, well, it'll get there. We'll get there. And I used to get a lot of heat in the chat, like, oh, Big Swole. I had no like getting back. We'll see. Well, nothing, man. Nothing. I mean, she didn't change at all.
Oz Inglorious with a $5 Super Chat. As a POC who also works in HR, let me say, there are a lot of people who will never take accountability for their work and default to race, gender instead. That's exactly what we're seeing on social media the last 24 hours, Oz Inglorious.
Yeah.
That's what usually is the case. Max Zavalov with 200 in rubies. Thank you so much, man. When TK says that he let Swole's contract run out because of her wrestling and wasn't good, he only means that this decision was only based on her wrestling ability, not the color of her skin.
Yeah, that's not how Twitter took it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not how Twitter took it, Max.
Nope.
Yeah, level-headed people saw it that way, but no thank you.
Nah, Leo Rush took it.
No. Coiled Phoenix just comes in with the $100 Super Chat. Oh, my goodness. Hey, JD and Jess, I wanted to come on here and wish you guys and the OTS family a Happy New Year. Also, in your Tony Storm extra, I just wanted to say thank you for stating the obvious. As always, please keep up the good work and looking forward to the live stream tonight. Thank you so much, Coiled Phoenix. I was very happy that I got all of that Tony Storm stuff off my chest. WWE dropped the ball big time on that. And fuck them. Tony Storm will be all elite in 90 days.
Probably got fired because she's white.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, or is from New Zealand and can't speak perfect English the way the WWE wants. So
she's Aussie. Kevin Dunn does not like accents.
No, forget about it. Well, I mean, Becky Lynch is Raw Women's Champion, so I mean, clearly there's favoritism there.
The favoritism, yeah.
Thank you, Coiled Phoenix. I appreciate it, and I will see you later, hopefully in the venue for the Day 1 post show. King Mo with a $4.99 Super Chat. WWE's too scripted. AEW is too loose. Choose your poison. Let's be real. Big Swole was pedestrian. She basically made excuses for herself. Learn your craft.
Yeah.
Spencer Bailey with a 20 in Super Chat. I think there's a lot of frustration with black fans and how black wrestlers have been toyed with. Kofi gets the belt, gets beaten 10 seconds. But that's not Kofi's fault, bro. Why don't you take it up with Vince and Bruce? That's not Kofi's fault.
We hated that.
Yeah, everybody hated it. Bianca, the same thing. I go back to my SummerSlam review. I fucking shit all over it. Naomi in catering and misused. Hurt business broken at its peak. Bro, listen, you're speaking to the choir here. I mean, these are things we all complained about.
But Tony Khan is the racist.
Yeah, but Tony Khan's the racist. Go look at what WWE's actively done within the last 12 months. Give me a break.
But then they got but we got Big E. So
we got Big E as champion. And what is his reign doing around? It's one of the worst reigns of the year.
Nothing.
What the fuck are they doing?
Nothing.
I hope he loses the title tonight because they fucking failed him. Reverend Davey Thompson with a $2 Super Chat. Leo Rush should not have a job. Well, he thought he wasn't gonna have a job. That's why he said what he said today.
I would love to see one of my employees demand an apology from me publicly. Okay.
Yeah. Where am I? Blazing. Thank you for becoming a new member, bro. What are you drinking? Dwayne Jackson with a $4.99. Do you think Big Swole maybe has blackballed herself. Maybe. I don't know. She may have made a name for herself off of this, or Tony Khan may have said a little too much to kind of derail her signing with somebody. I don't know.
I don't think she blackballed herself from the industry. She didn't pull a sexy star.
I mean, no, she didn't. She didn't do a Tessa Blanchard. Let's be real.
Yeah, but she did burn a bridge.
Yeah,
I think she absolutely burned the best bridge. In a perfect world to me. And again, I started off this whole endeavor liking Big Swole. And even though she got released, I was looking forward to see her tear up the indies, because indies are hot right now. Yeah. And seeing her make a surprise comeback and better than ever. That's what I was. But that's not gonna happen now.
Listen, Big Swole wants it to be a difference in AEW. Go out, work hard, and be the difference.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Make yourself unfucking deniable.
Yes.
To quote fucking, Cody Rhodes, dude. You have to go out there and make yourself this. I mean, think you're being held to your worth, then go out there and make them realize that, make them beg for you to come.
Spencer Bailey with a $5 super chat. Will this give pause to great black talent to come in, or will it change how black talent is taken care of? I think everyone is going to be more mindful now. I don't think this is going to change, bro. There's nowhere to work. Where are you going to go? If Tony Khan finds value in you, you will be brought in. Tony Khan will assess the situation and look at your talent, no matter what color your skin is. He will bring you in if he's going to be able to make you make more money off of you and build AEW as a bigger entity. Simple.
Bro, you know who's on my nerves right now? Issa.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous there, Issa.
Dude, look, we need to discuss this. We need to hire a new bartender. She has to fucking...
Listen, man, I gave her the holidays off. What do you want from me?
No, she has to go, bro. She has to go.
Well, if you can find somebody else to replace her, bro, you bring her to my attention.
Anybody who shows up is better than Issa, bro. Look, she can't be out here fucking waving around her 82 fucking degrees. She's gotta go. She's gotta go.
We'll get to Issa in a second. Spencer, thank you so much, man. Kratos with a $5 super chat. Nobody talks about how WWE outs 50 plus different WWE champions. Only 4 are black. If fans don't have a problem with that, then don't badmouth AEW. Listen, man, the only 2 real black world champions, I guess you could consider The Rock, but I mean, Bobby Lashley and Kofi Kingston are the only 2 that I know of in my generation. Who else has been there? I mean, and look what they did to Kofi.
World champ, I mean, the Rock. I mean, I don't know why this is a debate, man. The Rock is black.
Yeah,
I get the debate, but in throughout history, man, one drop.
Yeah.
Look, it's more than one drop. Okay, I don't want to be like, your 14th cousin's black, so you're black. His fucking father is black, okay?
Yeah.
His father is black. 100% black. So that makes The Rock black. It also makes him Samoan. It makes him black and Samoan.
Blazin with a Chilean $5 super chat. This podcast was so good that I'm compelled to give you some more money. Cheers. Well, listen, man, I appreciate it. You know what? You go up to the bar and you order yourself a shot, bro. What do you drink?
Go.
Steve,
go to the bar and order a Chi-Town Smart on YouTube.
There you go.
Order one of those.
This fucking guy. Steve Wynyard with a UK $5 super chat. Talk about lack of structure and no one writing her promos. Is she after a job in WWE? Go work to improve and get yourself over. Maybe that's what she wants, bro. I have no idea. But by the time she gets there, WWE will fire her husband.
Yeah.
JoJo with a $4.99 super chat. I think Jade is winning regardless. They're not breaking up her losing streak to Ruby. I just don't see it. They created this title for her. Well, JoJo, by the time we get to Dynamite, Jade Cargill will have no record. Yeah. So, just keep that in mind. She's 0-0 now. Her record erases at the end of the year.
So she could start off the year 0-1.
Yeah.
But that's also a very good point. I mean, that title could have very well been.
Yeah.
Because they are intent on getting Jade Cargill over. They are throwing their best tools at her.
Yep. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. Happy New Year's, JD and Jesse. Hoping 2022 is a good one. Excellent analysis on the Big Swole situation, and it couldn't have been said better. Furious, thank you so much, bro. That's why we're here, man. Vicious, Sid Justice with a $5 super chat. Jade and Kiera Hogan were featured on Rampage that had the return of CM Punk. Tony knew how many eyes would be on that show, and he chose them. Yeah, that's another great point, Sid Justice.
Yeah.
I mean, but Tony Khan's a racist, so what? I mean, what do we know, right? Fuck that.
Kiera Hogan's been given opportunity.
Yeah.
Black and gay.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, people. What the hell do you want?
Oh, but she's not signed to AEW. Tony Khan's a racist. I mean, is she good enough to fit into the current creative mold? I don't know. But she'll be on Dark. Work your way there.
Yep.
Sounds like a sound plan to me. Unique Butterfly with a $5 super chat. Jade, if built correctly, can definitely be the future of the AEW women's division. If Ruby doesn't win the match, maybe she should win the Owen Hart tournament. Hey, one or the other. It's fine by me. Tony Khan knows what he's doing. Man of 1,005 holes becomes a member for 5 months. Thank you for the re-up, bro. Glad to be in the venue. Just give me a blue Long Island iced tea. You are good with what you do. Thank you so much, man. Listen, who's working the fucking bar here? Yo, Issa, get me a fucking Long Island iced tea from fucking Puerto Rico, will you? Jesus Christ. And get Jesse one, too. We could use it after today.
What is a blue Long Island?
I don't know. It's got blue curacao in it, bro. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Just give me a regular Long Island. Magician Sapphire with a $10 super chat. I said it on Solomonster's podcast. Less is more on social media. His tweet should have stopped at diverse. There are ways you check people on their BS, and that was the wrong way. Yes, it was. He should have worded it in a more professional way and just left it as it is. That was it. Yep. But, Tony Khan, he had a little bit too much of the bubbly last night. I have no idea what was going on.
Yeah, man, the crystal was flowing, bro.
Yeah. Marcus Gunn with a $2 super chat. Kevin Owens is walking out with the title tonight. Listen, I hope you're right. Get it off Big E. WWE hasn't done well. Then I'll be claimed a racist because I want Big E to lose the championship. I gotta be careful with who I root for tonight now.
Only like Canadians.
Yeah, I like Canadians.
Yeah.
Hologram with a $2 super chat. Forgive my redundant super chat. Happy New Year's, OTS. Hologram, nothing you do here is redundant, bro. Keep him coming.
I noticed I did not see a hologram or a Raging Gaming Girl on my channel. I'm just throwing that out there.
Listen, maybe they think you don't deserve it, bro.
Hey, I'm just putting out the facts, bro.
All right.
I think they're racist. Go ahead and continue, though.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just saying.
Kratos, $2 super chat. I meant 3 out of 50 plus WWE champions have been black. Well, listen, we knew what you meant, bro. Don't worry about it. The Wolfness Way with a re-up for 7 months. Awesome breakdown, guys. The voices of truth. OTS for life. That's why we're here, man. Always fair and to the point. Robert Hall, 85 with a $5 super chat. With the records reset, who are you keeping your eyes on in 2022?
What name?
Thunder Rosa.
Dante Martin.
MJF.
Dude, I've watched way too many interviews with Tony Khan, and he can't mention the guy's name.
Listen, man. Yeah, but Tony Khan's racist.
Rocket Pack. Oh, yeah, right. This guy comes out with a Black Lives Matter back and racist Tony Khan profiles.
Yeah.
Is.
I mean, how can Dante Martin be someone to look out for if Tony Khan is the R word? I don't know.
Yes, he is. We all know he is.
Listen, also, who I'm looking out for in 2022, there was one name at the top of my list. It fucking slipped away from me as this guy was talking about Dante Martin. Thunder Rosa is going to be at the top of the list. I just think she's going to have an incredible year. Really,
I feel like Thunder Rosa's path is already marked out. I feel like she's a made woman and has nothing to worry about. She is gonna be world champion at the first half of this year. She's gonna be world champion.
You know who I'm looking out for? Veer Mahan.
Oh, Veer. Well, yeah.
I mean, it's got to be Veer, right?
Yeah, gotta be Veer. I wouldn't even say Hook. Not Hook. Not in 2020.
No,
not yet. He's gonna continue his progress, but I say 23, 4. We're gonna get the full Hook unleashed.
Magician Sapphire with a $10 super chat. Thank you, bro. Happy New Year to both you and Jesse. I ran out of characters in my last super chat. Listen, man. Thank you for the double super chat. We always appreciate you being here in the venue. Omni Entertainment with a $2 super chat. This year is the rise of Moon and Lee in AEW. I agree. I think that's going to be fantastic to see, even though Ember Moon has me blocked for whatever reason. I am still a fan of Ember Moon.
I'm still blocked by Sammy. If anybody can get Sami Zayn to unblock, it'd be awesome.
I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know.
We love Sami Zayn here.
Love Sammy, man.
Omni with a $5 super chat. Missed the podcast, but Happy New Year's, guys. How was your break from all this BS? AEW needs a spokesperson, and wrestlers need to stop being self-marks. My break was good, man. I feel refreshed. I feel ready to go. And we're going to kill it tonight with day one. And yes, AEW needs a spokesman for Tony Khan on social media. I agree. AEW Mark with a $2 super chat. What do you think of the street fight from last night? I thought it was great. Thought it was great.
Must watch. If you have not watched it, must watch.
The Gary Sphere with a $5 super chat. Twitter is a sad place. Can count on Jade winning the TBS title now. Don't be so confident in that yet, man. Tony Khan's got a plan. He's going to stick to whatever the plan is. Issa with a $1.99 super chat. 82 degrees and beautiful in Puerto Rico. And she leaves me a Mai Tai emoji.
I'm so done with her, dude. It's just wrong.
Listen,
it's
man.
just wrong.
82 degrees. It's fucking 40 degrees and rain in New York City, man. To say I'm jealous is an understatement. Issa, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, whatever.
Hopefully you have quite the security with you to keep you safe. Maybe. I don't know. What does Issa need a bodyguard for, man? She's Issa. Fucking claw your eyes out.
She probably murder somebody herself.
Guardian of Chaos with a $9.99 super chat. Happy New Year, JD and Jesse. Ain't no half-stepping in 2022. Bro, we're killing it this year, man. It's going to be the best year ever. Emmanuel Reed with a $5 super chat. Swole and Diamante's rivalry showed everything wrong with Swole. She was so artificial and never came off as genuine. Is that true, Jesse?
Swole and Diamante?
Apparently, Diamante, there's another one. I don't know where she is.
I didn't feel as such, but Diamante is another one. Trajectory is low.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed about it at all. It's just in the same gimmick. That's
Yeah,
not really.
there's nothing really that stands out.
Yeah. Her best days were when she was with Evilise.
Yeah. Tanmay with an Australia $2.99. Finally, you have the gold mic. Yes, you do, bro. You're the only one. You're in a company all by yourself. Gino with a $4.99. What do you guys think about Johnny Knoxville being in the Royal Rumble? WWE getting started on the wrong foot, I say. I think that's a fucking terrible idea.
Oh, what's the Royal Rumble?
I don't know. Who the fuck is Johnny Knoxville? How old is Johnny Knoxville? 50 years old? WWE's living like 20 years ago, bro. Like at least be with the fucking times.
He's old and gray hair, dude.
I mean, put me in the fucking Royal Rumble. I think that'd be a bigger pop for social media, man. Have Baron Corbin eliminate me. I think that'd be great.
Anybody else watching the new Cobra Kai? That's what.
No.
Oh, you not watching the new?
No.
What the?
No, I got better things to do. Blazing with a $5 super chat. Chilean. It's Swiss francs, not Chilean. Listen, man, I don't know. They don't tell me here. It's Swiss francs. Also, subscribe to Chi-Town Mark on YouTube. I hear his AEW reviews of fire.
What?
This fucking guy. Get him out of here! Get him out of here, this fucking Swiss franc! Get him out of here.
Make this guy a mod.
Get this fucking guy out of Blazing. Blazing, thank you, bro. C Saver becomes a member in the venue. Thank you, man. What are you drinking? Unique Butterfly with a $5 super chat. Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa. Tony Storm versus Ruby Soho. Tony Storm versus Britt Baker. Even Tony Storm versus Tay Conti. Man, listen.
No structure.
Yeah, no, there's no structure.
No structure.
Yeah, Tony Khan is not diverse.
Nope.
I mean, come on.
Nope. He can bring in Tony Storm and then jump over the lights of like Abaddon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. What the Fendeli here? Oh.
Yeah. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. Do you think Ember Moon blocked you because of the Alexa Bliss situation from 2020? Yes, I do. Quintus Brown with $2 super chat. I feel that Wardlow and Hobbs will have a big year. I do as well. I think Hobbs is great. And Wardlow is awesome.
Yep.
Unique Butterfly, $2 super chat. By the way, I love to drink pink coladas. I don't even know what the fuck a pink colada is. I know what a pina colada. I'm fucking...
Pina colada. Okay.
Pina colada. I don't know why I said pink. Got fucking Issa's goddamn fucking Mai Tai drink on my mind. My pina coladas. Yes, I'm a fan of pina coladas. Thank you. But if you want to make a pink colada, I'll have somebody make it in the venue for you. sure we could do something.
Art the Collector says no more matches with women bleeding. It's too much.
Oh, give me a break.
Bro, go
They're
watch
professional wrestlers, geek.
Go watch ballet, bro.
Yeah, go watch Lash Legend on 205 Live. Come on.
Yes. It's a fight. Look, it's a choreographed fight. If you show me some blood in a choreographed fight, why wouldn't I believe it? Fights happen, blood happens, bro.
Ulysses Smith with a $2 super chat. Tony Khan is racist, but not Vince McMahon. What the fuck? I don't know, man. Tony Khan's racist, bro. Listen, I don't know. Maybe I'll ask him. Maybe I'll ask him at the next scrum when I go to Revolution, bro. I'm like, yo, TK, you racist?
Yeah. Go YouTube Vince McMahon being racist with John. Okay? He's not racist. Man.
Oh, man. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out today, man. Jesse, any parting words before we get the hell out of here, bro?
Bro, I have nothing more to say. Shottown Smart at YouTube has nothing.
Listen, I didn't tell you to promote me. I didn't tell you to promote your fucking channel. Okay?
I wasn't promoting anything, man.
This fucking guy.
Take down. Oh, God.
There's a reason why he's in the fucking trunk of the car. He doesn't have a seat here, you know?
Bro, the action is on dark, and I'm gonna give extra opinions on Shottown Smart on YouTube.com, bro.
All right, well, listen, man, and then you can explain to everybody that dark is the place to be and how you need to work your ass off to get to the big stage on Dynamite.
Dude, if you want to see how I discover talents early, like a Jade or like a Red Velvet, join me on Dark and watch some of the jobbers. Hang out, shoot this shit.
Yeah. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Gabriel Boss with a 25 Ron, whatever the fuck that is, man. It's super chat. I appreciate you. It's tonight the night that Liv Morgan will be made into a star, or will WWE miss another opportunity to create a new star? I think she will win the title, but she's not going to be made into a star because she isn't walking out of the Royal Rumble with the title. Becky Lynch is going to win it right back.
They missed that boat.
Yeah, that boat has sailed, yeah.
Romanian denomination.
There you go. Thank you for the Romanian denomination.
But
Gabriel.
Yeah, they missed that boat.
Listen, Demeter, bullying. He says, Demeter JD, you 8-hole bullying. Amazing Red is my wife with a 99-cent Australian super chat. I don't know, man. Well, listen. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you for your 99 cents. Jesse, man of 1,005 volts says, Jesse, fix your microphone.
Hey, yeah,
don't worry, we're getting Jesse a new microphone in the new year.
The asshole that gave me this microphone is that.
We're going to get Jesse a nice microphone. Nice USB microphone to keep up with the times.
And that new microphone will be used at Shottown Smart when you. I'm just saying.
Oh, man. Listen, guys, I'll be live tonight for day one. As soon as the show is over, hopefully it doesn't go 4 hours. Tonight, day one, I'll be live in the venue talking about Lesnar Reigns, the WWE title situation, Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, and whatever else is going on that show. I'll be live.
You get in the fucking car and leave me?
Yes, I have to. You're fucking plugging your show more than I anticipated. Listen.
What the fuck? Man?
I need those guitar emojis in the chat, folks. Okay, need those guitar emojis in the chat. And number two, I need. For you guys, when that guitar solo comes on, man, you hear those sweet sounds of Pilot. I need that music right now on Max. I'll see you guys tonight live in the venue for day one. We're gonna kick ass right at the top of 2022, guys. I'll see you later.